Hi there, Stick Step Savages. Here's our latest, just how you like it, no fluff, straight to the point video. Ever feel like no matter how hard you try, nothing sticks? You watch hours of tutorials, read endless books, and still, when the time comes, it's like your brain just deletes the file. If that sounds familiar, well, wake up, peeps. You're learning wrong. Most of us were never taught how to learn. We were just thrown into school and told, figure it out. A factory for conformity. Schools like an animal farm might be portrayed as places that turn individuals into obedient workers rather than independent thinkers. The system prioritizes discipline and memorization over creativity and intellectual freedom. I'm here to tell you that with a few simple tweaks, you could learn 5 times faster than you do right now, because I'm about to break down 5 major mistakes that are slowing you down, and how to fix them so you can actually retain what you learn and use it when it matters. Section 1. The big problem. Most people approach learning like cramming for a test. Memorize, repeat, forget. Sound familiar? Well, research shows that within 24 hours, we forget 70% of what we just learned. That's like spending hours watching a video or reading a book, and by tomorrow, you'll remember less than a third of it. Waste of bloody time. Your brain isn't broken. Your method is. And when you switch it up, learning becomes effortless. Step 1. Stop passive learning. The first mistake? You're consuming too much and creating too little. Watching YouTube videos, reading books, and listening to podcasts might feel productive, but if you're not using that knowledge, it's just entertainment. Your brain learns best when it has to do something with information. Fix it. Apply the 80-20 rule. Spend 20% of your time learning and 80% applying. Read about a skill? Try it. Learning a new language? Speak it. Watching a tutorial? Pause and practice. This simple switch will instantly make what you learned stick. Step 2. Ditch rote memorization. Do you ever repeat things over and over hoping they'll stick? That's called rote memorization. Don't let the Orwellian masters convince you otherwise. It's fucking garbage. Your brain isn't a hard drive, it's a muscle. It doesn't store information by repeating it 100 times. It stores it by connecting it to something meaningful. To fix it, use active recall. Instead of rereading notes, close the book and ask yourself, what do I remember? Struggling to answer forces your brain to reinforce those connections, making it stick long term. It's bloody uncomfortable, but that's the point. Discomfort means growth. I'm not going to just say things just to make you feel nice. No fluff here. This actually works. Step 3. Spaced repetition is your best friend. Cramming doesn't work. Sure, you might remember something for a day, but a week later, gone. That's because your brain needs time to store information properly. To fix it, use spaced repetition. Instead of learning something once and moving on, review it at increasing intervals. Today, tomorrow, in a week, in a month. Setting reminders to revisit what you've learned will skyrocket your retention. Step 4. Multi-sensory learning hack. What's easier to remember? Reading a definition of fire, or seeing and touching actual flames. Or for the adults out there, thinking about being in bed with someone, or actually being in the bed with someone. Which is easier to remember? Your brain isn't built for abstract concepts. The more senses you engage, the faster you learn. To fix it, turn information into visuals, stories, and real-life experiences. Sketch out ideas, act things out, or teach someone else. The more ways you experience something, the deeper it sticks. Step 5. The power of teaching others. The best way to prove you understand something? Teach it. When you try explaining an idea to someone else, you'll immediately spot the gaps in your knowledge. That's why the Feynman technique, which involves explaining things in the simplest way possible, is one of the most powerful learning tools out there. To fix it, the next time you learn something, try explaining it to a friend, your pet, or even a houseplant. If you struggle, that's a sign you need to go deeper. If you've been learning the slow way, like everyone that went through the school indoctrination system, I meant the school education system, don't worry, you're not alone. But now you've got a new strategy. 1. Stop consuming. Start creating. 2. Ditch memorization. Use active recall. 3. Space things out. Don't cram. 4. Use all your senses. Make learning real. Teach others because explaining is mastering. The choice is yours. Keep struggling. Like a politician taking a lie detector test, sweaty, panicked, and doomed from the start, or unlock the ability to learn 5 times faster. If this helped you, hit that like button, subscribe, and comment below. And remember, my Stick Step Savages, you're smarter than you think. You just needed the right strategy. See you in the next one.